my ghost experiences go back. It's probably when I was around, well, I mean, I was a kid. There were some notable moments. Saw a shadow person when I was like 12 or something. And I bought this house in 2000. It was pretty messed up. You know, you find out the hard way that weird things weren't done in that house, and you got really bad entities you're dealing with, and needed some help with that one. Went through a lot of things with that, and yeah. So I mean, there's things out there you can't explain. We call them ghosts, we call them demons, because we have no other words for them. We don't know what they are. We don't know why they do the things they do, why they're here. The one house that I was at back in 2000, I was there for roughly a couple years. It was a pretty rough time. Talked to some friends who helped get me through it, and then I finally moved out and just abandoned the house. So it's curious to see how the new tenants are doing in there. I don't know if I'll have the gumption to go over there and find out, or even ask weird questions. That was a very strange experience. I mean, there's things out there we don't understand, so I think the thing I like about doing this ghost hunting thing is understanding it. Understanding and learning, wondering what's out there, why it's out there, and why sometimes they mess with us. So we'll see on some hunts here very soon, and as this show goes, we'll go through some more experiences people have, and if you have experiences too, just let us know. Or if you know of a place that needs investigated, or you want to just talk about it, let us know.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much, Rev, for your input. I am Sister Psycho. As you can see, we are all practicing social distancing, as we hope you are too. We wanted to be able to provide you some quality content, but do it safely, given the circumstances of the world right now. But moving on to the subject at hand, I do have a handful of ghost encounters, paranormal experiences I could talk about. My encounters seem to come in waves. I had quite a few between the ages of like 8 and 11, and then again in my early 20s. But I think I am going to talk about my most recent experience, which happened literally within the last month. I just moved, and as we were packing the house that I was living in, some really strange things started to happen. It started off really innocent. I had LED string lights hung in my bedroom. It was like LED tape along the ceiling. And at first, it was like broken up into days. I would leave the house and they'd be off. I'd come home and they'd be on. I would leave the room and they'd be green, and I would come back and they would be pink. Then it became a little bit more severe, and they would I'd go to bed with them off and then I'd wake up with them on, and then it progressed to them shutting off in front of me with me awake. And it got to the point that I would turn them on, they'd go back off. I would turn them on, they'd go back off. I would change the color. It'd change colors 8 more times, to the point that I unplugged them, packed them, couldn't deal with it anymore. On top of that, within a 1-day time period, I have 3 different sets of keys that have various keys to my previous house, my car, different places I'm employed with. 3 sets of keys. All 3 sets of keys, which were in various locations of the house, went missing for over 24 hours. I was planning on getting them all replaced the next day, and that next day when I woke up in the morning, they were all together. So needless to say, it really scared me a lot. I don't really know what it was. I don't have any explanation as to what kind of ghost it was, or if it was a ghost or some sort of entity. I didn't really care to look into it because I was moving and leaving, and none of it followed me here to where I am now, so I'm happy about it. Since I have moved, this hasn't occurred once. Everything's been fine. But that's about it for me. Maybe later on down the line, as we get into some more ghost hunting, I can provide some of the more in-depth, longer stories that I experienced in my early 20s and when I was much younger. Other than that, just make sure that you are all staying safe and healthy, that you continue to post and engage in the Cleveland Monster Club, and we've got some really cool stuff coming. And now I will pass it off to Darkangel.
Thank you, Sister Psycho, for sharing your ghost story with us. Hey, it's Darkangel checking in. I actually have never had any experience with ghosts. I wish, but I think that the whole objective of ghosts is to find you and communicate through you, and I just think that that just hasn't happened yet for me, and I think that it will. So I'll continue to just stay grounded and open-minded that the day that it does, that it will utilize me to communicate what it wants people to know, though. Until then, I can dream about it and I can read about it. And so I have a book that I want to share with you guys. The book is actually 5 years old, and it's called Haunted Cleveland, and it actually talks about Franklin Castle, which I have this shirt on. I love Franklin Castle. Like, I really, really love Franklin Castle. Like, I love the story behind it. I love the architecture of it, of the house, and it's a really cool story. And it's actually the first chapter in this book, but other references that are made in this book is about the USS Cod, the soldiers and sailors monument downtown, the Cleveland Agora. These are just a few places to name that they talk about, and they actually have photographs and records and all that. And again, I purchased this book at Barnes & Noble. So that's about it. I just wanted to share quickly with you the book and check in with you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy during this quarantine. We're gonna have exclusive content coming soon, ghost huntings coming soon, surprises are coming soon. Continue posting on our page, continue inviting people to our page, and we love you guys. And again, just stay safe. And I'm gonna wrap up, and Wolfchild's gonna come on here and tell his ghost story. Bye.